So I'm going to ask you just this. Did you win the election?
It's an interesting question. I believe in my heart I won the election and I won it very big. So let me tell you who me is. That's why me I go through all of that. Because sometimes when you move among the common people and the little people, the big and the little and the small, people typecast you a certain way. And they believe that they can just take liberties and say what they want to. So let me tell you who Paul Buchanan is. Paul Buchanan is a man who left Jonestown Primary, went to Olmos, was deputy head boy in a white time. And I want you to understand that. That was the time when the sons of gentry were going to Olmos, and I rose to that level. Alright? I would have done well at school. I was captain of the cricket team. I played every sport for Wolmer's. I would have played for Jamaica while at Wolmer's, at football, under 15, on the national side. After that, I would have played for Jamaica on the national side at cricket. Right? Leaving from that, I would have gone, I was called to the bar, I was called to study at the Inner Temple, to become a lawyer. Went to Canada, stopped in Canada and didn't go on to England. Did a degree at the University of York in applied economics. But by Tony Spalding, I came back to serve. Right? I would have come back to serve this country. And from 1970, 75, under Tony Spalding, I would have been responsible for building, for doing most of the houses in this country. I was the project manager for projects like Oaklands, Wellington Glades, all of those. Mona Commons, Barbican Terrace, where we delivered for 14,000 Jamaican dollars. The mortgage was only 129. I've been part of the housing and land firmament of this country. Over 30 years, I have given to this country. I have put poor people from Beverly Hills at Long Mountain, higglers, farmers, civil servants, judges, everybody who play by the rules. I give them a chance because Patterson gave me the opportunity to be in charge of all of that. I was the landman, I was the man in charge of Operation Pride and also the man in charge of the inner city. I would have worked with Eddie Siaga down there. All those trees they sit on Duke Street. That was one of the projects to lift up them place that move zinc fence from all over, including in a Andrew Wellness constituency. He knew my work right across this country. Moving from there. And I want you to remember this, what I'm about to say. I want everybody to hear what I'm about to say. Because one of the things that is being pushed around is as if the vote in Mullines and in West Central is a normal vote. Maybe the people don't like Buchanan, maybe have something else. Right? But I won this election in far away Westmoreland to represent the People's National Party in Central Westmoreland in 2007. Osha recalled Roger Clark, and I was denied down there. I won that selection by one of the greatest amount in the history of the People's National Party. I would have gotten 406 delegate votes, and all my opponents put together would have gotten 401. People like Leonard Green, Dr. Kerry Wallace, Dr. Watts, Paul Wilson, the deputy mayor. Those were my opponents. And I leave from Kingston and go down there, go do all of that. But as God would have it, him never done with me yet. I went back and I fought for Roger Clark, who up until his death remained one of my best friends. And after that, public service call again. And Portia offered me 5 seats, including Andrew Wolness' son, Babsy Grains, Derek Smith, Sam Yuda, Chuck, all of them. And I took the worst one. I took Andrew Gallimore's seat, who had won by 3,002 occasions against Carol Archer, Dr. Carol Archer, and Andrea Moore. And I won that seat, turning back over 3,000 votes. So my favorability rating can't be in any question. When I came to West Central, the party leader asked me, I come out of retirement to run the seat. We had lost the seat 6 times, including Dr. Blake, and 5 times under Patrick. I noticed a little lady named Michelle Stern this morning come out with a new blog trying to show that my claims are fake relating to this election. So I have to address both she and the current cross factor. First of all, she made it seem as if this lady Stern made it seem as if it was a crime Mark Golden did in asked me to run. She never prefaced it that the PMP had lost 6 times. And anybody, any reasonable human being could agree that it was time for change. Right? Time that was overdue. Right? Notwithstanding the sacrifices that Patrick had made during that period. Right? So she made it seem that Mark sent me and it was a riser. I'm a riser. She don't know nothing about me. If she do little research, she'd realize that I'm an independent mind. Mark Golden respects that. And people know that about me. I speak my own mind. If I believe that Mark is in error on something, I will speak to him straight. I have done so in my writings publicly in the Observer and other forum, in my book. You understand? I'm not afraid to criticize the PMP. We make mistakes. We all make mistakes. And I have done so time and time again. Right? So coming to this election, before I come to Karen Cross, who is not an associate of mine, she was part of the PMP years ago. I wasn't part of it. I don't know her that well. I hear of her and I see her as part of the PMP back in those days. But I would have passed her ice cream parlor or whatever you call it. She has a little ice cream thing which I have from Devon House Ice Cream. And innocently I participate. I would have eat my ice cream. A cone here I would have introduced Keisha Hills. When me and Keisha passed in and so I could stop and buy something from Karen. And that's the sum total of it. Old people say, show me a company, I tell you who you are. None of you listening wide and far in this long life can ever tell me, say, you ever see Karen in my car. You can't associate with Karen anywhere. This is not Dayton or the party leader that she has stuck upon. You understand? And defamed. This is Paul Buchanan. I don't know you, Karen. Me and you don't go into nothing. You understand? You're a paid emissary. You are defending Andrew Wolness and you are dishonest. You must tell people that's what you are doing. In fact, I am wrong. You have admitted to be buying votes. You understand? And that is a crime which will be dealt with. It will be dealt with today. You understand? It will be dealt with today. Delivering a letter to the commissioner of police. He must lock you up. Me say, I have not been a part of you. I don't know nothing about you. You engage in your little filth and your little nastiness. That is your life. For an old woman, you have to do better. When we're old, like me and you, we try and do good if we never do it all our lifetime. That's what you're doing. And you must stop it. That's a modus operandi. In this life, you ever look back and say, what have I done? I'm going to God now. I'm going towards the end. What I must tell my God? The nastiness is throw upon Dayton Campbell. The nastiness of Mark Golden. No, me, I have done you not, my dear. All I do is patronize you. Nobody was going into your ice cream parlor. Sorry for you and I go in. But now you seem to be getting money from elsewhere. So you're good. You understand? So you're trying to excuse your nastiness on election day. Don't excuse it at my expense. We are not friends. We are not friends. We are not associates. I don't know what you're talking about. Burger Gully woman. All them sort of thing there for what? Where? Me? I don't need you, Karen. Don't associate me with you. That is you. As to Michelle's term, she started wrong. She started with me as a riser. This is part of the thing that has divided the People's National Party. This rise and one PMP that has long been ended. Mark Golden has effectively ended that. Yeah, we are all united and at one. And yes, there will be people who continue to push that. Yes, under the cover. It is only you on the outside trying to, for your own reasons, trying to push that. Your figures are wrong. You have all numbers. Mullines have 13,400 votes. Steve Wright have 8,000 odd. And Olympic have 11,000. But your things not qualitatively add up. You can't put oranges and apples together, Michelle. Patrick Roberts is Patrick Roberts, a different candidate. Paul Buchanan is a different entity. I have won a seat to Parliament, one of the most difficult in history. I had to turn back 3,000 votes. It has not been the same here. So you have to start from that. You can't talk about Patrick did get 3,000, so Buchanan is now claiming that him could have get more. That is what you are saying. Every candidate is not the same. Can't be the same. So your premise is wrong. You start wrong. Your whole analysis is flawed. And incidentally, I'm not saying our indoor agents did wrong. I was telling you and advising you all voter suppression and advising Jamaica how voter suppression take place. It take place with collusion and it can be cross parties. Make we talk the truth. If you buy out a labor man and you buy out an official from one of the agencies like EOJ and you buy out a PMP man, indoor cluster leader, otherwise are people like Karen. If you are for sale, as Michael Manley warned us, that we should not be for sale, then your whole electoral system is flawed. It is not about a program, a definite program that I promoted here to deal with education, the upgrading of schools. It was about policies. It's about money, or you can buy an election. So all we're walking up and talking about an AI and Robotics Institute at West Bay Farm Road, instead of the nothingness that is there, Andrew Holness will still win with him one police station in 27 years. Because he can buy the election, he have that money. he would spend me $1,000,000 to 1. All of you know that. So when you come in about Andrew Holness and Patrick got this and Patrick, you're mixing up the whole thing. It's not so the thing go. But we talk the truth. Candidates are different. Patrick has done his time. I took up the baton. And all I was promoting was policies. Everybody know that. I was fighting for the children. I was giving serious policies. That's why I left West Rural with 147 solid achievements, including 5 IT training centers established, closed down now by Juliet Cuthbert and the JLP. You nor Karen Cross can't dirty me up. There is a long train of persons sent by the Jamaica Labour Party that has come to me, including their members, wanting me to drop this thing, the case, the petition at the constituted authority. I'm not dropping nothing. Let the constituted authority rule. I have told one, bury me with the PMP flag when I'm going down. If my life is in danger, so be it. I cannot be bought. I'm a different person. Just think of what they would give me to pull this. They don't know what the witnesses are saying. And incidentally, Michelle, the witnesses are indoor agents. I am not disparaging good indoor agents. I'm telling you what can happen. Voter suppression is not something that you see. You just see the results. And the PMP is seeing it across the country. The Jamaica Labour Party has sophisticated their method in identifying strong PMP PDs. Find people in those PDs who they can buy out. I'm not about to hold my talk. Let every MP or losing candidate in the People's National Party hear my words and tell me if I'm saying anything wrong. They are seeing results that they cannot believe. I understand that Miranda, a good candidate, a teacher of the young. Her canvas had 11,000 votes, chain up with 8. Now, Karen Cross, you have not moved the scale of history, not even 1 inch with your filth. What have you done for humanity? How you gonna move? I can point to the 78,000 lots of land that PJ Patterson allowed me the opportunity to pass to Jamaican people, farmers, nurses, teachers, police, everybody across this country. I can go to my God and say, boy, Father, I have done some things not so nice, but I do a little bit. Give me a chance. What will you tell them? The filth you put on Campbell, the filth you put on unproven full filth, you put on Campbell and trying the same with me? No, Karen Cross, I don't know you. Everybody know I don't know. You can't point to one day you ever pass my car door. You can't point to one day I ever come at your house. You can't point to nothing. Me and you not friend. Don't tell Jamaica lies. You get your money from the JLP, keep it and enjoy it and go to your God. Don't try and mix me up. Nasty, disgusting, filthy. My daughter is on the ward. Dr. Jada Buchanan, she's on the ward at KPH now, serving the poor. My son, and this is only two are talking about, is serving people as a budding electrical engineer. What have you done, Karen Cross? What have you done? Try and change your life. You're closer to the end. No, far from the beginning. So like me, clean up your act. You need to clean up your act. Stop disparaging people. Stop trying to bring down people for money. Filth. And as to you, Michelle Stern, your numbers are wrong. You don't know me. You are speculating. And if your numbers is wrong, your analysis is fatally flawed. Fatally flawed. And you are mixing up apples and oranges. It don't mean that if one candidate gets 6, the other one must get 6. You have to do content and factor analysis and look back at the history of both candidates. I went to Parliament. Stop talking about the Portia factor. The Portia factor can carry you to 3,000 to turn back 3,000 votes. We saw everybody would have win. Patrick had a less a margin than me. In an easier constituency where I have a history of PMP. Mine is 3,000 votes that I had to turn back up at the hill. And I won that. I went to Parliament. So it's not apples and apples. We're talking 2 different candidates, 2 different times. You have to discount Patrick's effort. I'm not going there with you because you want to turn PMP against turn PMP. Talk about indoor agents. Indoor agents are my witnesses. Your friends at JLP want to know them name. Who are the witnesses? We don't know what them out do with them. We're not giving them a list, and I could name all of the agents that come. Some in the Senate, some all about the place. They have been harassing me and besieging me, going to my lawyers, everything. Let the constituted authority rule. If the constituted authority rule and say we don't reach the threshold, it's over. I am done. I don't hate nobody, not even Holness. I don't hate him. He knows that. We used to sit together and have lunch. We used to sit together and have lunch. I was the man who created the peace between Arnett Gardens and Tivoli as head of Arnett Gardens at the time. He was the head of Tivoli Football Club. And at that time, he still had the decency to say to me and the respect to say to me, Paul, I have read your book. It is a book called Community Development in the Ranking Economy. That back in those days when I was dealing with the academia, I used economic models to determine the things that hinder the development of communities, like the contract system. He told me, I wanted to give him a copy. He said, Buck, you're one of the few books I have read. You're one of the few persons I read. And your articles. The guy who fixed Tivoli playing field at railway as head of the inner city program. I found $22 million out of NHT from Kingsley Thomas to fix up that field, and PMP want chop off my head to make it snag money. If me fix the bumpy field, because we had a stadium at Arnett Gardens. To make just know who I am. It is PJ Patterson who said Mr. Buchanan carried out the instruction I gave him that we must not use politics in the dispensation or the expenditure of funding under the program. We must use it to blend and to build and to bind communities. And all I wanted my head had to go home empty because I had done the right thing. I have done more for the JLP than you will ever do, Karen Cross, and I never had to beg them a money. Them don't have to pay me. You understand? Because I'm a humanist. Don't come and mix me up with the nasty filth. Tell the ice cream parlor and you get what you can get. Stop selling out the children. You have done that long enough. And don't continue this. Because you know God is watching you. You know the truth. You don't bring no woman to me. I don't know nothing about you and woman. You must know about you and woman. And you know why I'm saying that. Don't try and mix me in your filth. I won't go any more on that. Because you know who you are. Alright? I was kind to your daughter during the campaign. I have never ever compromised myself with anybody in this campaign. You know that. You're trying to angle to nasty up people. That has been your modus operandi. Everybody know you. But you have one charge, the charge of the people. Which you know you're a perpetrator of it and you have admitted it. And your friend Michelle Stern, who come on the television trying to speak like she have any understanding or any knowledge of what took place here and trying to link it to Rise and one PMP. It is an injustice. I end this way. It's an injustice to the people of the Mullines division. For persons who, for their own financial gain, nastily so, corruptly so, bought out voters, are acted as agents of the JLP. Because there's nobody in Jewsland, there's nobody in Balcom Drive. You can't ever convince till the end of time that they're going to get 2,000 odd votes in the Mullines division. When we were at 4,900, I should be at about 7,000 votes. Not even the C-word votes that you're talking about, or the Olympic votes you're talking about. If you notice, Andrew Hollis never get that yet. The people didn't vote for him. He lost a lot of votes. And all of those votes are contaminated. As you will find out shortly, he didn't win this election. He couldn't beat me in this election. To beat me, you have to beat the real Mullines vote. The people came out on the day in an unprecedented way. Everybody, every official, even the top officials at EOJ say what they saw the day don't match the outcome. The result. So we're not fool. We understand voter suppression, and this has been a classic case. And your filth is a result of the fact that you want to please Andrew Holness. You are carrying his cause. And it only speaks to the depth at which Andrew and the JLP has fallen, that they have used you and your nastiness as emissaries to try and nasty up my reputation, and in the process, the reputation of my children and the life of my children. Disgusting.
Paul Buchanan speaks about challenging Andrew Holness in court.
Government and fear and intimidation, which went right into the elections. Which went right into the elections. And we're about to prove that in court. I can't say much on the courts because we are filing today. But
so I'm going to ask you just this. Did you win the election?
It's an interesting question. I believe in my heart I won the election, and I won it very big. One of the things you need to know, and I want the world, everybody to listen. There are 33,000 voters in that constituency. There is 8,000, we have 3 divisions, 8,000 in the civil rights division, smallest. We have 11,000 in Olympic, which is Mr. Seaga's strong area.
Mr. Holness.
Mr. Holness' strong area. And there is Mullines, which has 13,400, by far the largest. We have never lost it, not since adult suffrage. Andrew knew that if Mullines came out, the election was lost, no matter what he did down at Olympic, which is a stronghold. On election day, or maybe before, Mullines was part of the wholesale targeting of strong PMP PDs in constituencies right across the country, and no more so than in Mullines. Let me prove it. Mullines, where civil right vote and Olympic vote went up, one respectively, one went up, Olympic went up 40%, civil right went up 70%, 60-70%. Mullines went down 50%. The other direction.
The other direction.
The strongest area, where my canvas was showing 7,000 voters, where everything on election day, every outturn in terms of people support, new people coming to vote, everything. There was celebration from 7 o'clock. We were, but the results in the boxes and the counting did not reflect that vote in Mullines. It was opposite. In fact, we got a data scientist to do his work and to analyze. And the conclusion drawn is that for us to get the outcome of 2,000, only 2,000 odd votes in Mullines is less than 1 in 1,000.
Wow.
So, as invidious and egregious as it is,